Okay, hello again.
We are doing vegetable stir fry this time.
Jolly good. So the first thing we're going to do
Wash
is
our
wash
hands.
our hands as usual. So in your packs you'll have your vegetable stir fry recipe and other hints and tips. So we're just going to follow the recipe straight as it's here. So Jacqueline's going to stand
Here and
Here.
cut the 2 peppers and courgette and the broccoli.
and I'll stand here and cut the onion, some garlic, peel and cut a carrot. So it's all about chopping is the main thing really this time. So you want some sort of sharp knife. So just be careful when you're cutting with the children and young people, all your family members. You know what they're safe to do and what they're not safe to do. So, but we've got a knife each.
Yeah, we've got a knife each.
So we're going to start
Start cutting.
Hey Jacqueline, can you tell me how you chop your pepper, please?
Well, you can cut it in half. Make sure you get all the seeds out. People have different ways of getting seeds out. So make sure the seeds are out. And then
Very efficient, I love it. And what will you do now with those bits of pepper?
well, with these bits of pepper, I washed them under the sink just in case there's any little bits of seed.
So give it a bath.
Give it a bath, and then you can cut them like this
I see, so nice strips.
in nice strips.
Fantastic. Ah, Rachel, I see you're on onion duty. Quick, let me get my goggles, otherwise my eyes are going to start watering.
Well, that's often the case, yes, but I haven't got any goggles with me in the kitchen, but I do tend to chop my onion near an open window. So I'll just push the window open and then that lets the fresh air in, and then usually that's fine, that means I'm not crying. But
What a great tip! What a great tip!
I have seen people cut onions with holding a teaspoon between their teeth.
Oh, a bit tricky for me.
Bit tricky for you, Scott. Apparently that's supposed to help, but I just prefer the open window way.
Okie dokie. And how do you chop your onion for this stir fry? Can I have a look, please?
So I've chopped off each end and then peeled off the skin, popped it into my food compost bin that you might have at home, and then chopped it in half and then in slices and then across again and into little pieces. You can have bigger chunks or smaller, however you like your stir fry. Just be careful not to chop your fingers in the process. Okay, so I've done the onion and now on the garlic. So you might have a garlic crusher, garlic press. Otherwise, like I'm doing with the knife, just chop off each end and peel off the skin. Like that. And then I simply just slice it and chop it in very tiny pieces.
Oh, Jacqueline, onto the yellow pepper now.
Yeah, it's colourful. So yeah,
It's supposed to be very healthy, I think, isn't it?
Yes.
As many colours as you can get.
So many colours you can get makes a nice little rainbow.
Rainbow stir fry.
Yeah, rainbow stir fry.
Excellent. So we've got red peppers,
Yellow
orange carrots, yellow peppers,
Yeah.
green broccoli.
Green broccoli, all the colours and
Fantastic.
that. So yes. Well, we've got some old courgette we're going to put in, but you can put old vegetables in just to go with your stir fry, so you can bulk it up. And
That's a really good idea. Yeah, so if you've got anything left over that needs using up, like this is just a chunk of courgette, or you've got other vegetables need using up, then that's great for stir fries. So you don't just have to stick with the recipe. Any other extra vegetables you've got, or if you want to put any meat in, a little bit of chicken, then that's fine as well. Right, okay, so I've just popped my garlic in a little bowl to make more room on the chopping board, and I'm now going to peel the carrot. So yes, I do tend to peel the skin off. So with potato peeler, or if you've not got a peeler, then just use a knife. That will work equally well. Chop off the ends, and then you can either grate the carrot, or I tend to. This is quite a large carrot, so you have to like carrot with this stir fry. I've cut it into chunks, and then I'm going to cut it into thin slices, and then cut it into thin sticks. I quite like it that way in stir fry, but you can just grate the whole carrot if that's easiest for you.
Right, so I'm going to cut my broccoli in half for the stir fry. So just like this. And then up.
Quick question for you, Jacqueline. Does it matter how big your broccoli stalks are?
It is best to just cut them small so that it cooks all together at the same time, because sometimes if you cook it like with big bits, they don't always cook on the same time. So
excellent, thank you very much, Jacqueline. Excellent tip there, top tip.
Okay, so we've finished all the chopping. So now moving over to the cooker, and we're going to cook everything in a wok, which I've got. But if you haven't got a wok, you can use any frying pan.
So any of these.
But a good size, because the fun bit is stirring it all around, and so you want plenty of space in your frying pan or your wok. So I'm just measuring out a tablespoon of oil that you'll have in your pack. If you haven't got a tablespoon measure, just an ordinary spoon will be fine. And then I'll switch on the oven, and then Jacqueline's going to do the oven. If you've got an extractor fan, now's the time to put that on, but we're not putting ours on because you wouldn't be able to hear us talk. So I've got my trusty window, of course, that I'll just keep open from chopping the onion. Not to stir it round.
Stir around in your pan. Wait for the oil to warm up.
Okay, so we've had this heating up for about 20 seconds, half a minute or so. So it needs to be hot enough to start cooking straight away, but not too hot that it spits out at you. So I'm going to tip in the onion. Oh yeah, can you hear it starting to sizzle? So that's hot enough. Tip in the onion and the carrots first because they take a bit longer to cook. Jacqueline's going to stir it all in. And I'll tip in the garlic as well. There you go.
You can hear that nice sizzling sound.
Okay, so we're still stirring. This recipe often just turns out very differently each time, because it depends if you want a crunchy stir fry, so you don't cook it very long, or you prefer your vegetables a bit softer, you can cook it for a bit longer, and with different things that you're adding each time possibly. You can just experiment and see what works for you and what you like best. Okay, so now I'm going to add the red pepper and the yellow pepper and the courgette. Stir fry for another couple of minutes. Now we've got all those colours. That's been cooking for 3 or 4 minutes. So now we're going to splash some soy sauce in that's in your pack. This is a very rough measurement, so we'll just give it a shake like that. And you can see the steam coming off. So now's the time to add your broccoli. There we go. And also sweet corn that can be either frozen or tinned. In fact, yeah, it's a good chunk. If you've got vegetables in the freezer, you can use any frozen veg as well to bulk it out. It's nice to have fresh, but having frozen veg in the freezer is really useful as well.
Oh, I'm getting hungry. Look at all those colours. Oh, it smells delicious.
A nice rainbow stir fry. That goes to
Oh, you're hungry there, Spot?
Very, very hungry.
Now I'm just going to add, this isn't in your pack, but in our house we do like a bit of spice. So if you're a spicy family, you may want to add something like, this is a Chinese spice. I'm just going to sprinkle over. You could put ground ginger in, you could put a little teaspoon of honey in, and again, just experimenting with things that you like as a family. So just give that a final stir, and I think that could be ready. Okay, so while you're taking it in turns stirring the stir fry, once all the vegetables are in and you're finished with your worktop, then it's a good idea while you're taking it in turns to fry, you can also take it in turns, or one of you can do the clearing up and just get everything off to one side. Get your worktop nice and neat, and not so much clearing up to do afterwards.
Quick question for you, Jacqueline and Rachel. What are we going to eat all these tasty vegetables with?
Well, you're going to have noodles in your packs to go with your lovely stir fry.
A bit like these. Or if you don't like the noodles, or you prefer rice, if you've got rice at home, that's fine as well. With the noodles, just following the instructions on the pack, cook the noodles in boiling water for 3-4 minutes, and then either serve separately with your stir fry on the top, or if you want to mix them in with your stir fry, that's fine too. And then just serve it out on your plates or your dishes, sit down together and enjoy.
Lovely.